Yo guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a good day, and I actually have a few announcements to make, and other than that, let's get right on with the video. So we actually have an intro now, so that's a good thing. It's made by the same person, Zerf, big shout out to him. And now let's talk about what this what if is. This what if's dedicated to season 4 of Attack on Titan. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, and now let's talk about my Discord. For the people who join my Discord, just know I don't support offensive crap. Bro, you guys know who you are, who I kicked. No one wants to hear that crap. If you're gonna do that, just leave, okay? I don't wanna see it. And other than that, guys, all my announcements are done, and let's get right on with the video.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through eyes covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
So we start off our what if with Deku standing between the kid that Kacchan was bullying. As Kacchan tells Izuku to move, but Izuku, with all of his courage, tells Kacchan no. As Kacchan gets annoyed by this, he punches Izuku straight in the face, as Izuku falls to the ground with blood coming out of his mouth. But then, electricity started to spark around Izuku, as immediately Izuku turned into a Titan. As Izuku is around half the length of the regular Attack Titan. Now Izuku is just destroying everything around him, as Izuku has no control because he's still a child, as the kid behind him ran away as quickly as possible. As Izuku was rampaging, he sees Kacchan and stomps on Kacchan, breaking both of his legs. As Izuku picks up Kacchan by the arms and is about to open his mouth and eat him. But then, out of nowhere, All Might comes in and punches Izuku straight in the face, as Izuku falls to the ground unconscious. As All Might says, "I'm here," as he picks Kacchan up from Izuku's hands, as Izuku transforms back into his regular human form. As All Might sees this, he realizes that wasn't a villain, and it was actually just a kid, and it must have just been his quirk. As All Might puts Bakugo in a stretcher and goes back to Izuku. As Izuku wakes up, he sees that All Might is there as he starts fanboying out. But then he notices all the rubble and asks All Might what was going on. As All Might couldn't answer Izuku, as All Might asks Izuku his own question, asking Izuku where his parents were. As Izuku takes All Might to his parents' house, or Inko's house. As Inko opens the door, she sees All Might and asks All Might what's going on, as All Might starts to explain privately without Izuku knowing. Inko was just confused and surprised that this happened, as Inko starts to explain to All Might, telling him that they went to the quirk doctor and they classified Izuku as quirkless. As All Might sighs and tells Inko that they need to go somewhere right now. As Inko nods, trusting All Might, she tells Izuku to come with them. As Izuku comes with All Might and Inko as they get to the UA gates. As they all walk in, Izuku sees all these buildings and all these structures, as Izuku's just mesmerized and amazed by all the things there, as he asks his mom what this place is. As All Might interrupts, telling Izuku this is the place where people come to learn to become amazing heroes, as Izuku's just amazed by this. As they all start walking into a building, All Might tells them to follow them. As they walk into a room, Recover Girl is healing a girl who is explaining how she beat someone up in the sports festival. As All Might calls over Recover Girl sees All Might and starts talking to him. As All Might starts to explain the situation, then Recover Girl interrupts, asking All Might if he wants her to examine Izuku. As All Might nods, saying that would be very helpful. As Recover Girl was examining Izuku, she realizes that Izuku's quirk is very similar to the girl that she was just examining. As Recover Girl finishes her analysis, she starts to explain Izuku's quirk, telling everyone that his quirk is called Titan, and that he can basically grow into a huge beast or a huge man-like figure, and he has some special abilities when he grows into a Titan, but they don't know what it is. But when Izuku hears this, he gets so happy that he jumps out of his chair and starts cheering. As Izuku starts looking around and sees that everyone is still pretty sad. As Izuku asks his mom what was going on. As Inko was about to explain it, All Might stops her and starts to explain what happened with Izuku and how he injured Kacchan. As Izuku's eyes widen, hearing All Might say this, as he runs out of the room crying. As Izuku ran all the way to the end of the hallway and crawled up into the ball and started crying. As All Might walks to the room and sighs, as he starts walking to the end of the hallway as he sits down next to Izuku. As he asks Izuku if he's okay, as he told him that accidents happen and it's gonna be fine. Then, Izuku asked All Might a question, asking him if he thinks that he's a villain. As All Might is shocked that Izuku asked him this question. As All Might tells Izuku that he's not a villain, and that it was just his quirk, and he doesn't have to worry, because if he trains his quirk, he can become an amazing hero, and that he can save people. As Izuku jumps up into the air, telling All Might that he's gonna become the greatest hero that he can possibly become to redeem his actions. As All Might puts out his fist for a fist bump. As Izuku fist bumps All Might, yelling plus ultra. As All Might laughs and takes Izuku back to the room. As Inko sees Izuku and hugs him, telling him that it's okay, as All Might tells his mom that he knows and that he's gonna train himself to become the best hero. As then Izuku looked confused and asked his mom where he's gonna train. As Principal Nezu walks in and tells Izuku that he's welcome to train here. As Izuku starts cheering, he looks at his mom and sees that his mom's pretty hesitant. As he starts begging his mom, asking them if they can please stay here. As he starts begging his mom sighs, relenting, telling Izuku that they can stay here, but they still don't have a place to stay. As Principal Nezu says that it's alright and they can build a house here on UA campus, as Izuku trains. As Inko starts thanking Principal Nezu, as Principal Nezu said that it's alright. As Izuku gets so excited, he jumps up into the air. For a few months, Izuku's on UA campus as he's unable to activate his quirk for a long time. As all of a sudden, one day, Izuku gets a knock on the door as Inko opens it. As a girl introduces herself, telling them that her name is Yua Tokuyama. I'm sorry if I butchered the name, my bad, okay? Then she starts to explain, telling them that she's here so she can train Izuku because Izuku and her have a pretty similar quirk and that she can help Izuku control his quirk. So Izuku's been trained by this person for a few years and you're probably wondering what their hero name is. As one day, Izuku's been training with her as she tells Izuku to call her Mount Lady. That's right, I'm making him train with Mount Lady. So Izuku's been training with Mount Lady and he's able to get a better grasp of his quirk as he's able to activate it and turn it off. But he's unable to completely control it. He's able to control it a slight bit, but not that much. As Izuku has been training with Mount Lady for around 3 years as Mount Lady graduates and has to become a hero. Now, Izuku's been trained by the UA staff, so Izuku's gotten a full control of the Titan. As Izuku one day, he's able to make an armament on his fists, as he realizes he can make this anywhere. As Izuku transforms back into his human form, he feels like he can do it in his regular form as well. As he does it, he feels this Titan's power flowing through him, even when he's in his human form, as Izuku's wondering what was going on. Yes, this is the special power I'm gonna give Izuku, because he's not gonna have that much power, so it's gonna be like Frieza's suppressing force, but he still has the Titan shifting powers. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen right now. So basically what's gonna happen here is whenever he's using his armament, he basically gets the Titan power wherever he puts his armament on. If he puts it all over his body, he gets the whole Titan power all flowing through his body. So whenever he puts his armament on his knuckles, all the force and the power that he gets from his regular Titan form, he's able to use it in his regular human form. That would be really cool. That's why I'm gonna do it. So now we're gonna time skip to the start of the anime. So as Izuku's in class, because he's in UA and the teachers there are teaching him. So he's in class one day as the teachers ask him if he's gonna be going to UA, as he's not officially in UA. As Izuku thinks and tells them that he's gonna be going to UA no matter what. As the teachers laugh, Principal Nezu walks in telling Izuku that he's not gonna be getting any recommendations from anyone else. As Izuku wonders what he means. as Principal Nezu starts to explain, telling him that he's gonna have to take the regular exam just like everyone else. As Izuku nods his head, telling Principal Nezu that he wouldn't have it any other way. That same day, as Izuku's classes end, Izuku felt like he wanted to go check the place where he finally activated his quirk. As Izuku got to the playground, he sat on a swing and started to reimagine the events that happened there, as he sees himself as a titan, engulfing everyone else in his shadow, as he starts breaking Kachan's leg and is about to eat him. As Izuku felt uneasy, he got up and started walking away. As he walked under a bridge, as the sludge villain popped out of the drain, about to attack Izuku, as Izuku immediately dodged this as he started attacking the sludge villain, as he encased his knuckles with armament, as he punched the sludge villain right in the face, as the sludge villain blew back, splattering everywhere. But then, as Izuku did this, he got flashbacks in how he broke Kachan's legs, and he said never again as Izuku fell to the ground. But then, All Might came out of nowhere and saw that Izuku was on the ground. Immediately as he saw this, he immediately picked up 2 bottles and started filling it with the sludge monster. As he was carrying this, he started slapping Izuku as Izuku woke up and saw All Might. As he started fanboying out a bit and asked All Might what he was doing here. As All Might started to explain to Izuku that he was here to get the sludge villain and that he thanks Izuku for getting it. As All Might realizes that his timer was running out, as he didn't tell Izuku about this. As he jumps up into the air, Izuku grabs onto All Might's leg. As All Might realizes this, he lands on the nearest rooftop and starts yelling at Izuku even more aggressively this time. But then, Izuku asks All Might the question. He asks All Might if he really thinks, can a villain really become a hero? As All Might looks at Izuku and tells Izuku that even the worst villains can get redemption, and that they can become a good hero if they just redeem themselves. As Izuku looks up into the air and tells All Might that he will find any way to redeem himself. As All Might chuckles and tells Izuku that he can do it. But then, before anything else could happen, All Might poofs as he turns into his skinny form. As Izuku looks at All Might and wonders what just happened as he asks All Might what was going on. As All Might starts to explain to him, telling him about his injury. As Izuku asks All Might how he can help, as All Might says that there's no way that anyone can help. But then, before All Might could continue, there was a loud explosion a few blocks away. Before All Might could even react, Izuku already jumped off the building and was running toward it. As Izuku got there, he sees that it's the sludge monster. As Izuku slaps his head, realizing that whenever he must have grabbed onto All Might, the sludge monster must have fallen out somehow. As Izuku started thinking of ways that he could get the sludge monster back. As he sees that the sludge monster has a hostage. As he sees that the hostage is Bakugo. As then, he immediately knew what he had to do. Without even thinking, Izuku ran in and covered his knuckles with armament. As he ran in and punched the sludge monster straight in the eyes. As the sludge monster blew back, Bakugo got out of the sludge monster and saw that it's Izuku. But before Bakugo could even react, Izuku ran in and hugged Bakugo, telling him that he's very sorry for whatever he did. As Bakugo was confused what was going on, then he realizes that it's Izuku, as he pushes Izuku off, calling him a monster and not to come near him, as everyone was confused what was going on. But then, Bakugo threw an explosion at Izuku, but Izuku didn't even react, not wanting to do anything and take the explosion full on, because he knew that this is his punishment and he didn't want to hurt anyone else. But before the explosion could make any contact, All Might rushed in and said, "I'm here," as he grabbed Bakugo's hand before it could hit Izuku, as Izuku was confused what was going on. Okay guys, I hope you guys really like that what ifs, because this is a tribute to season 4 of Attack on Titan, and I don't know if I did good because I feel like I rushed it. But don't forget to subscribe, share, and the regular stuff. And big shout out to Sasuke Uchiha. He's a new what iffer and he wanted a shout out, and I think his channel's pretty good, so go check out his channel. And now let's talk about the Discord. What I repeated in the beginning, just listen to that, guys. You guys are good, but just don't say anything offensive. Just be nice to each other. There's no need to be all aggressive and stuff and say some weird stuff like the person that did that today. So other than that, guys, I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys later.